Hello, good people, once again. New United States maps for May 2025, which you can download now at sat103.com. However, I'm going to cover a specific, I guess you could call it an issue, but not really, because the fix for it is very easy. Now, this is a nuvi 1100 LM. And while you can still get lifetime maps for this, some people prefer to use my maps because they have more up-to-date road information. All well and good, you can have both as long as you have a 32 gigabyte micro SD memory card installed, which I do in this one. But the particular issue is this, is that some people will install my maps, and I had this happen recently. Someone made a comment, might have been yesterday, as a matter of fact, at the time I record this. He said, I installed your maps, but they don't work. And then he realized later, oh, only half of them show up. What's going on here? Well, what happens is that when you install my maps, and it's only to this particular series of Garmin nuvis, here are some of them. The 1100 seen here, 1200, 1250, 1260, 1300, 1350, 1390, 1450, 1490, 1690, and probably a small handful of others, is that if you take my maps and install them to a folder called Garmin on the memory card, only one of these will show up. Not both, because there's two pieces to my maps, two files, and they both have to be recognized to see the entire United States. Well, if you put it in the Garmin folder, then it will only show one. I don't remember which one. The solution is to create a folder called map on the memory card and then put my map files there, and then you see both. What he was trying to do is he was searching for Hallandale, Florida, and so I'll go ahead and do a search here. Ooh, if I could spell it right, that'd be even nicer. Hallandale Beach specifically. And it will find it. Set the location there. And let us search for another Florida city on the Tampa Bay side of things. Tarpon Springs. Very big Greek community over there. And if you have never had a gyro pizza, go get one in Tarpon Springs. It's like, you can put gyro on pizza? Like, oh, in Tarpon Springs they do. And it's good. I've had it. I will definitely have another one at some point. And the reason this is taking a while to calculate is this is quite a distance from Hallandale Beach over the Tarpon Springs. It's over 200 miles. But you can see the little 1100 just cooks right through it.
Turn right, then turn right.
Let me just mute the volume there. Yeah. And if we look at the entire journey, yeah, 200, almost 300 miles. It would be a bit of a hike to drive all this, but the point is you could just go up 95 and then head west over to Tampa Bay and then into Tarpon Springs. Anyway, my point is, if you had just installed my maps on here, and you did not put it in the map folder for this specific generation of nuvi, you don't even see Florida because it does not show the east side, just the west side. Yeah, that's it. So if you had installed it, what would happen is that you'd only see west here. You don't even see east, or it wouldn't even say east west. It just would show sat103.com USA 2025.05. And why only half? What's the oddity with that? Well, technically, gmapsup.img, as in gmapsupp.img, in the Garmin folder will recognize on this, but not gmapsup1.img. If you want to do additional maps, it has to go in the map folder instead of the Garmin folder, and then you see both. And then what we've got here is Mappin' Goodness, which includes the entire eastern side of the United States. Handy, yes. And well, the last thing I'll say here is not there hasn't been anyone has said anything about this, but I'm going to preemptively say it in case anyone asks. Okay, so if you look at the size of the United States map image file, the Garmin issued one, it's about a little under 3.5 gigabyte, whereas mine goes over 4 gigabyte, and it's 2 files. I have to split it across 2 because the maximum map image that any Garmin will support is 4 gigabyte, because it is a FAT32 file system, and the individual file size limitation is 4 gigabyte. Okay, so well, why is the Garmin issued map smaller? Does that mean less data and mine has more? No. Granted, mine has more up-to-date road data because it's OpenStreetMap, but it is significantly larger. So, well, what's the deal with that? Well, years ago, Garmin came up with a compression technology. I think they call it NT, and I'm not referring to Windows NT. For those that know what that is, this is something Garmin came up with where they were able to reduce the file size of their map images using some kind of compression technology. I don't know what it is, other than they called it NT. Whereas the OpenStreetMap way of doing it is the uncompressed way. It's the older way of doing it, which is how Garmin originally did it. Therefore, when I make my maps, it uses the older uncompressed style. Could I use the new compressed style? No, because that's proprietary to Garmin. To the best of my knowledge, they've never released how to do it, so I can't use it even if I wanted to. So the unfortunate side effect is my maps are physically larger. They take up more data compared to the Garmin issued map. That's why they're larger. So it's just little FYI on that. So anyway, the maps are available right now. Sat103.com. Download for free.